contradiction seasons. Grotesque mental incubation.
Your boy's back, man. Your boy's back to 100%. I got the immunity system of a fucking beast, okay? I was dying on Monday, and this show killed me all over again. In a not-so-shocking maneuver, Tony Khan has finally unveiled what I've been predicting for 6 months now. Women's tag team titles, ladies and gentlemen. More titles. On top of the 58 titles they already have dancing around on this program. We have to give more titles to undeserving stars so that they feel validated. Orange Cassidy's back. More antics. I guess that restores the feeling, huh? And Chris Statlander defending the Women's Championship against Mina. Adam Page defending the World Championship against Ring of Honor bums. What are we doing here, bro? Anyway, I got a lot to say tonight, man. I'm ready to go. Jesse's ready to go. He's got a major announcement. We'll be drinking at the beer garden. It's still 80 degrees in NYC, and I want to know, what the fuck are you guys drinking? I'll see you over there. Why has Triple H been so successful? Why is Triple H running WWE better than Vince McMahon and Bruce Pritchard on Monday and Friday night? Long-term booking. What is going on, guys? Thank you so very much for joining us right here on Off the Script. This is your AEW Dynamite post show for September 24th, 2025. I'm your host, JD from New York. As always, joined by the one and only, the Chi-Town Smog, Jesse. What is going on, brother?
What up, bro? What's going on with you, man?
I don't know. How you doing, man? How you feeling?
Man, I'm feeling good, man. I'm in a great goddamn mood. How are the things out there in the NYC, bro?
It's warm. It's humid. I was deathly ill the last 48 hours, man. I'm ready to go tonight, and I'm feeling good. Feeling good.
Same, man. I hope you get well soon, brother.
Yeah. How you Vikings doing, bro? Doing good this year, huh?
They're doing all right, man. 2-1. 2-1. Had a phenomenal weekend this week. Lost our rookie quarterback for a couple of weeks, but he's all right. He's all right. And the team's looking good, man.
That's good.
Things are rocking and rolling. I got a huge announcement to make right here.
Yes, you do. You will make that tonight. I will give you the floor in a little bit to do that.
Yes,
I'm very excited for you.
Other than that, man, been a good week, man.
Yeah, man, the Vikings are playing all right. I'm doing all right. You know what's not all right, bro? This show.
What? No. This podcast.
This is fantastic, man. We're the number one AEW streaming the entire community, man. There's nobody that does it better than us, man. If you hear it from anybody else, they're full of shit. But this Dynamite show, bro, it's not all right.
Oh.
No.
Wait,
No.
Somebody said JJ McCarthy ain't it. Motherfucker played 2 games.
Don't get him started, chat. Please don't get him started.
Your chat is as pessimistic as you are, man. He played 2 games. 1 game was pretty good. Wasn't great. 1 game was good. The other game was bad. He's a rookie, technically. He can have a bad season. He can have a bad season and still be an all-pro quarterback come the end of his career.
How many future Hall of Famers, bro, started out as rookies and had a bad first year?
I mean, fucking all of them. Who came out in their first NFL season lighting up the boards? And I mean, bruh, patience. You either are impatient or you just want him to fail because you don't like him. Either way, chill. He could have a bad season and still be a great QB. This is his first full season. Everybody needs to relax.
Hey, at least you guys got something to fucking cheer for, man. My Braves are eliminated from the fucking playoffs, and then they want to go on and win fucking 10 games in a row, man. Thanks for coming. You know, a little too late over there. But hopefully next season they decided to win when they got mathematically eliminated. I wish I could eliminate this fucking show on Wednesday nights, Jesse. Dynamite. I'll leave it up to you, man. As always, I know there wasn't really a lot to really sink our teeth into tonight. What do you want to talk about here? Where do you want to go? I know there are a couple of things on my mind I want to get off my chest, but I'll let you start first.
Well, I like, again, I don't like starting the show off with negativity. So even if it's a bad show, I can find something decent that happened on the show, and I'll start with that. And as we normally do, we'll dive into the things that we pretty much just didn't enjoy. And there's plenty of that on the show. And this might be one that we might disagree on. I don't know. I didn't see any of your posts. I don't know what you think about it, but we're getting Darby versus Moxley again. All right. And I know we just saw it.
We expected that, though.
We expected that. I am interested, and look, maybe it's because I slightly enjoy watching them outdo themselves in these death match type situations. And now they have an I Quit match. And the first thing that popped in my mind, and this is why this interests me. One of the first matches that popped in my mind was one of, I would say probably in somewhere in my top 10 favorite matches of all time. And that was Rock versus Mankind at the Royal Rumble in 1999. It was one of my favorite matches. It was a very brutal match. They beat the holy hell out of each other in that match, and I feel like they went all out for the show. I've deep dived all into like the documentaries about it and the ins and outs about it. I know all about the match. I mean, when they announced this match, I do feel like that these two are gonna rival that, and I just kind of want to see what they do in an I Quit match on this platform. So I am interested to see what they pull off here.
You know, I'm surprised that Darby went with an I Quit match. We've gotten a lot of symbolism with the fire lately. Moxley was set on fire all out. Darby came out with the flamethrower tonight and almost burned Moxley with the fire. I thought we were getting an Inferno match, to be quite honest with you.
I would have cringed at that because the Inferno matches that we got in WWE were cringe.
Yeah, I know. It's all spectacle and it's just illogical. It's fucking stupid to even book. Like, how do you burn someone alive without fucking really harming them? It's so stupid and phony. Yeah, but that's where I thought they were going with it. But you know, it is what it is. I said this on my All Out post show on Sunday, and I stick to my guns after watching this Dynamite. It is. And I know that they could probably put on a plunder match and make it entertaining because they are both plunder wrestlers. Yeah. I'm so desensitized to the fucking abundance of plunder we see on this show. Just in general, I can't stand it in WWE either. It's all the same fucking shit. AEW does it multiple times a month, and it doesn't really mean anything the more you see it. But I said it on Sunday that Darby and Moxley, to me, has become vastly uninteresting because the Death Riders, to me, ended at All In. When Adam Page won the World Championship and freed the belt from its briefcase and let it free, that, to me, theoretically, was the end of the Death Rider story. I don't really give a shit what happens from that point on. Darby was the one who opted to go climb Mount Everest and take 4 months to prepare and then climb. Now he's back and he wants to resume his feud with Moxley. It should have been Darby taking the championship from Jon Moxley. Now I feel after Page won, we're just getting the same shit over and over and over again that we saw before Darby went to go climb the mountain, and none of it means anything. Because what is Darby fighting for? He's fighting for revenge. He's fighting for revenge. Meanwhile, if he fought for the World Championship, he could have been the one to really cement himself to end the Death Riders. And here they are just continuing on. It's the same shit, attacks, numbers game, same matches every week, 6-man tag team matches. How do they outdo each other? They're going to burn each other. They're going to stab each other. They're going to make each other bleed buckets of blood. Bro, I'm so over it. Like, how can anyone physically and emotionally invest in what they're doing here when Adam Page symbolically ended the Death Riders? I feel like what we're getting right now is just, it's like a novel trying to rewrite part 2 and part 3, and it's never, ever going to captivate us like Page winning the World Championship in Texas.
Yeah, I feel like you just might be projecting what you wanted to happen, and you wanted the Death Riders to go away, because and maybe a lot of us, but they never went away. Like, they were there the very next night. They never took a break. They never insinuated or said anything about going away. You know, you just kind of just wanted them to go away because, you know, the shit that they did just kind of just ran its course and we got tired of them. But I can't sit here and defend the story, and I'm not going to, because it's not very interesting. I'm just actually interested in the physical, actual match of an I Quit match between Moxley and Darby Allin. You know, the story is so many loopholes and inconsistencies. I can't defend the story that they've given us leading up to it. You know, I just know that these two are probably the two best deathmatch guys that we have right now in this generation. So I just kind of want to see what they do in an I Quit match. That's all I have to. I can't defend the fucking story. It's just not interesting and it's not good.
Yeah, I mean, I get what you're saying, and that's your opinion, and you're justified to it. But I just can't take any more plunder matches or blood or violence or hardcore matches from AEW. It's all the same shit. You know, keep it to these guys. You know, we saw it at all out. MJF and Mark Briscoe had a thumbtacks and tables match, and then we see Darby and Moxley an hour later trying to set each other on fucking fire, and they're stabbing each other with forks. It's like, bro, enough already. You know, I said that about MJF. It's so beneath MJF to do that, but good on him, man. He can wrestle any match you throw at him, and he's fucking great at what he does.
Yeah,
But
he can do all the styles.
yeah. But I feel I can't get into anything the Death Riders are doing. It seemingly feels like they're getting stronger after they lost the World Championship. So I don't even know where the fuck they're going with this, because they announced this match with Darby and Mox at WrestleDream. WrestleDream's happening in 4 weeks, and Adam Page doesn't have an opponent right now. So I don't know who is lined up for Adam Page. I thought with Adam Page coming out tonight to aid the baby faces against the Death Riders, he aided the Ops after Claudio and Powerhouse Hobbs wrestled. I thought that we may be looking at another Hangman and Moxley match at WrestleDream. So now that they announced Darby and Mox at WrestleDream, I don't know what they're doing with Page. So, I mean, that's up in the air, but they did nothing with him going into All In, so I'm going to expect that they do nothing with him going into WrestleDream.
Yeah, I don't know what they got planned for him. And that was a part of the stuff that I did not like about tonight. And that's him in a match, period. You know, I made this point on my stream. We see the world champion in wrestling way too much. We don't see Darby Allin wrestling. He comes out and does, you know, special spots and appearances. We don't see MJF wrestling. He comes out, does special spots, run-in appearances. And we get the world champion wrestling Lee Moriarty. No disrespect to Lee Moriarty. He is fantastic in the ring. But what interest am I supposed to have of the world champion versus a guy that I am willing to bet my life that was not going to win the world title tonight? I mean, first off, the world champion should be a fucking attraction. He shouldn't be wrestling except pay-per-views. And if he is wrestling on a Wednesday night, then it's something that you're gonna advertise and you're gonna promote because it's a special fucking treat. This night, world champion Hangman Adam Page is wrestling. Normally, you only see him on pay-per-views. Normally, you have to pay to see him defend the title, but you're gonna get to see him wrestle tonight for the first time in months. No. He wrestles all the fucking time against jobbers, bro. I mean, again, and no disrespect to Lee Moriarty, but no one on the planet who watched this program had any inkling that Lee fucking Moriarty was leaving as the world champion. At least if they would have made it a non-title match, at least there was the remote possibility of maybe Hangman's next opponent was going to run out, interfere, and cost him the match. Then it's a possibility because you made it a non-title match. You making it a title match against someone that we all know is probably never going to win that title makes it a waste of our television time, a complete waste of time. So why are we booking this?
I hate knowing that this show was legitimately pieced together this afternoon. That's exactly what that match reeked of today when I watched Tony Khan's live announcement, which was fucking sad because you would think as a professional wrestling company on national television, you'd actually get your microphones working. We sound better than the fucking professionals do. It's ridiculous. I don't understand how anybody looks at that and says, man, that's a great addition to Dynamite. Jesse is absolutely correct, and this is not the first time we've collectively said this on this show. That would be like WWE booking Roman Reigns to wrestle JD McDonough on a fucking random episode of Monday Night Raw. Are you fucking kidding me? Adam Page is supposed to be your ace. Adam Page is supposed to be your world champion. Adam Page should be a special attraction. Adam Page should be used sparingly to keep him special, to minimize his in-ring activity so he doesn't get fucking hurt, because look at the way he wrestles, and keep him as an attraction for the pay-per-view and a selling point for the pay-per-view. You put him in a match after he wrestled 40 fucking minutes when he didn't have to at All Out against Kyle Fletcher. We'll get to that in a second. He wrestled 40 minutes, which was a forced main event, by the way, because all you did was prove Stevie Richards and Jim Cornette correct that Kyle Fletcher is just nothing but move after move after move after move, and there's no consequences for anything that happens in that ring. So thank you for proving both of those gentlemen correct. They did 40 minutes. He comes out and supposedly he went to Tony Khan and said, I want to defend my championship against the best that this city has to offer. So you opt to put him in the ring against Lee Moriarty, who hasn't been on fucking TV in God knows how long on Dynamite, because nobody watches Collision, let's be real. So you put him in the ring against Lee Moriarty, and then I got to listen to the fucking garbage by the commentary team saying, oh, Lee Moriarty had a great showing here. He almost came close to winning the AEW World Championship. Man, shut the fuck up. Nobody wants to hear that, and nobody wants to see that. I don't know why this match was booked at all. And I said on social media, Jesse, first of all, World Championship matches should not be given out like fucking candy on Halloween. They should be earned for the most elite, deserving performers. And number two, I don't understand why you want to have open challenges when everything else is a fucking open challenge. Kyle Fletcher came out and delivered an open challenge tonight. And we had an open challenge for Chris Statlander tonight against Mina Shirakawa. The World Championship is no better than both of those championships. Or what you telling me is the World Championship is just like everything else and not the most important title in the company? Because what you did to me is devalue the fucking title. Or am I losing my fucking mind?
No, I agree, man. You want us to give a shit. You want us to think that the champion is special. Then you need to treat him as he is special. Because what you're telling us right now is everybody gets a shot. And it's not special because you're going to see the world champion wrestle every damn week. So if that's the case, why would I give you $40 to watch him wrestle in a few weeks on a Saturday night? Explain that to me. Why? I'm not going to pay for it, and I'll just watch him wrestle on Wednesday. I mean, what is the special attraction? For whatever reason, you don't have MJF wrestling every night. You treat him as an attraction. And I can't disagree with that. The guy is phenomenal, and he should be treated as an attraction. You treat Darby Allin as an attraction. Now, I got to tell you, if there was ever someone that could wrestle every week, I would say Darby Allin. But look, you treat him as an attraction. The guy is over as fuck, probably one of your top baby faces in the whole company. You treat him as an attraction. He comes out, he sells his storylines, he sells his angles, he does a run-in and shit like that, and then he's gone. You don't see him wrestling every week. That is how the world champion should be booked. When we saw Hangman come out for the save later on in the night, that should have been the first time we saw Hangman Adam Page.
Yes, this show would have not been any worse. Actually, it probably would have been a little bit better without Page and Moriarty on the show. Did this show need that match? I mean, was this a make or break match to fucking put this show over the top? I mean, you didn't even announce it until an hour before the fucking show.
No. If you want to put over a local talent, you want to showcase a local talent from Pittsburgh, you know what you could have did? You could have let Britt Baker out of jail and put her on TV.
Oh, the fact that Britt Baker wasn't on this show tonight, man, she ain't coming back ever again. It is over.
No, it's done. She's done. She's not coming out in Pittsburgh, bruh. That is it. It's over. It is over.
That's why I put her on the thumbnail, man, with a big X right through her, man. She's like, but it's Pittsburgh, Tony.
Nope. It is over. Bro, Britt Baker would have come out in Pittsburgh when she was injured. When she was injured, she would still show up in Pittsburgh, say some stuff, and then go back to the back. Bro, she's never coming back. You might as well just go ahead and put her in WWE. That's over. That's it. And because now if you bring her back and you didn't do it in Pittsburgh, now it looks even dumber.
Oh man, that's what a blunder, man. This company is so fucking lost. It's not even funny anymore, honestly. The other thing that I want to discuss is the announcement. Tony Khan had a major announcement tonight, and I knew this was coming fucking 6 months ago, so this is not a surprise to me. I was just hoping that it wasn't really going to become a reality. Tony Khan unveiled the new women's tag team championships. We got more titles on the show, Jesse, on top of the 56 titles that are already there. The titles that AEW still can't even book properly. Some titles that aren't booked properly, such as the Trios Championships, which half of the fucking chat don't even know who the Trios Champions are. The Men's Tag Team Championships have finally started to come around. They're not there where they need to be yet. The International Continental Unified Championship. And there you go. Yes, the Ops. Yes, the Ops are the Trios Champions. And the TNT Championship, which is basically irrelevant. The Women's Tag Team Championships, I don't know why we need more championships. And the only reason why we are in this position to begin with is because Tony Khan has decided to keep the women's championship on Toni Storm for the majority of the year, the TBS championship on Mercedes Moné, and he kept that division basically wrapped around both of those women so that he could get that match at All In. And now we have Toni no longer the women's champion. Now it's on Chris Statlander. And Mercedes wasn't on the show tonight, which was probably for the best. She's still the TBS champion. Now they want, because of their deficiencies in the division, they feel like now's the best time to unveil the women's tag team championships. To me, all it does is signify that AEW has fucking failed the women's division because they haven't really created any new stars because all they opted to do was push Toni and Mercedes ever since Mercedes got here and Toni Storm all year just to get that match at All In. And now I just look at it as it's not going to be booked as good as the other championships or better than the other championships. It's going to be just as worse. And I feel like you're pairing all these women up because you're trying to make everybody feel important in a sea of a division that you basically killed for the majority of 2025. And I can't get behind that, Jesse. I don't know how you feel about it, but I think their reasoning is very wrong for unveiling these championships. And I don't think that they will ever admit how fucked up they are and how badly they damaged the women's division.
Yeah, so I don't know whatever reason that they would want to claim that they came up with these titles. And look, I'll extend an olive branch here. There's nothing wrong with having another set of titles here in the company, except you don't treat the ones that you have correctly. I can't think of any title or a set of titles in the company that is being booked strongly. I can't think of one championship that is just so interesting and coveted and this book strong. They are all just meaningless. You have a bunch of titles that mean nothing. Why? Because all of them just go out there and they get open challenges and they all wrestle every goddamn week. And no one seems special. No one seems important. No one seems like unbeatable. No one seems like a legit pro wrestling champion in this company. Nobody. Absolutely nobody. They all just seem like they're just going through the routine and just doing everything by the numbers. And here's a title I'm wearing. Hell, Mercedes comes out with fucking 9 or 10 of them. You know what I'm saying? Okada has 3, and now you just made 2 more. How long before Mercedes gets one of those tag team titles to make it number 10 for her and number 11? Probably hold both of them. I mean, they are just physically there. Now, a pro wrestling title is nothing but a prop within itself, but you have to make it important through your creative storytelling. And we all know the creativity and the storytelling is non-existent. So now that means that you just have a bunch of titles that just mean nothing. And now we have 2 more.
I could see it already. These titles are going to be colliding on Saturday night in the same matches that Jesse has had to painfully watch over the past 2.5 months with the same parade of women that have been battling in these fucking 8 women tag team matches for $500,000 every fucking week for 2 months. That's exactly where they're going. And when that happens, you know who said it first. These titles will mean absolutely nothing to the women's division. The WWE have had their women's tag team championships for 5 years now, and they haven't gotten it right. What makes you think AEW is going to get it right? And look at the women's division now in WWE, and the titles are still fucking irrelevant. They got the best women's division on the fucking face of the planet, and you think that they would be better. They're not. So what makes you think Tony Khan has the right mind and the right team to book this division the way that it needs to make sure these titles mean something? Please ask yourself that question and answer it honestly. I don't get it.
It makes no sense, man. I don't understand it. I mean, physically, yes, you don't have women's tag team championships. Now you do. But the important thing is, are you going to make the fans care about them? Bandito is the ROH world champion. Does anybody care?
No.
Does anybody care?
No.
You know, the Ops are the trios champions. Does anybody care?
No.
What feud are we looking forward to seeing the Ops defend the trios championship in? You know what I'm saying? I mean, the tag champions are Brodito.
How
They're
how
great.
are you
They're great.
how are you going to get excited about Megan Bain and Penelope Ford versus Anna Jay and Tay Mello? You've seen it for the last 2.5 months in a 6-woman tag, an 8-woman tag, a 10-woman tag. How are you going to get excited about that? You're going to get excited about the Renegade Twins, who nobody fucking knows on television, throwing them out there against who? Chris Statlander and Harley Cameron? These made-up tag teams? There's not one fucking tag team in this company. Not one. You're make-believing tag teams.
Yeah.
This is a failure. Bro, this is a failure before they even get her off the ground.
It's just not interesting, man.
All because you locked this entire division behind Tony Storm and Mercedes Moné, and you did everything you could to throw every single woman at them and keep them at the top, and everybody else suffered. Now you got to give back to them because you're sorry. Look at the damage you caused. You built this division around 2 women and buried everybody else. Now you think tag team titles are going to spare you from your damage. Bro, come on. Do you think we're fucking stupid? Honestly. Now everybody's going to argue, oh, the women deserve it. Why are you so negative? I had people claiming, well, you're negative already. Bro, I've been saying this for 6 months. If you watch the show, you already know how I feel about anybody adding more titles. Now you want to celebrate this? When you understand the reason why they did it, you should fucking hate it. Nobody's going to be more over carrying more titles. It is the fucking talent and the stories that make the title prestigious. The titles aren't going to automatically make fucking Penelope Ford a household name. No. They don't get that. Come on, man. Ridiculous. There's another thing that happened on this show before we get to the start of this fucking review. I swear to God, man, it's almost laughable how people watch they watch what we do every single week. Jesse said word for word. I don't know if it was last week or the week before. This man said word for word. Everybody's getting title shots, but Hologram is 34-0 and hasn't gotten one title match. What happened tonight, Jesse? What did they give Hologram tonight?
Title match.
They gave this guy a TNT championship match that they're labeling title versus streak. Yes, thank you for recreating some fucking Undertaker-esque streak for Dynamite episode fucking whatever, 6-year anniversary. Are you serious? Hologram is getting a championship match, and that's how they're celebrating 6 years of Dynamite on national television. I mean, I'd love to know who's listening over there, man, because that is a freaky coincidence that this man said it last week, and all of a sudden, Hologram's getting a championship match next week.
Weird, right? But it's a coincidence, bro. It's a coincidence. It just happened to be that way.
Bro, I guarantee Evil Hologram shows up next week, bro.
Bro, I mean, at this point, I mean, they've been teasing it long enough. It's, you know, at some point, it's going to be like Veer. I mean, is he coming or what?
And the other thing that bothers me is I fucking hate being right, man. Everybody crucifies me. They vilify me in the community, man. But I swear to God, every time I open my mouth, man, I just find myself to be more and more correct about what we talk about when it comes to AEW. I said this on Sunday when I reviewed All Out. I said Kyle Fletcher and Adam Page went 40 fucking minutes. Forced. Are they both great pro wrestlers? Yes. I'm not taking that away from them. Did the match need to go 40 minutes? No. They only went 40 minutes to shut everybody up and say, look, this is our main event. This was a worthy main event. Of course, this was the plan all along. They only proved Jim Cornette and Stevie Richards correct in their assessment about Kyle Fletcher. I said then, word for word, you guys can go back and listen to what I said Sunday. As soon as Kyle Fletcher loses, he's going right back to Collision to have open challenges against the Colliders on Saturday night. They took this guy into a main event with no story against Page, had him lose as a champion. The TNT Championship was not a fucking factor whatsoever. They put him in a position where he wasn't ready. Everybody on that side thinks he's now a made man because he wrestled Adam Page in the main event. He's not. He's not ready, and he's not going to be ready with the fucking level of intelligence in this company. And they take him from that moment and put him right back on Collision to have open challenges for the TNT title against Commander. How are you going to tell me this guy is now a made superstar when he's right back to doing what he was doing before he wrestled Page? I thought he'd level up. What happened to the level up of Kyle Fletcher? Is he a superstar now? Is he a main event guy? I don't look at him as a main event guy. He's back on fucking Collision in front of 185,000 people. Bro, are you fucking kidding me? Come on, man. Absolutely ridiculous. This company is clueless. We're going to go over the rest of this show. Paige wrestled Moriarty. Statlander wrestled Mina. And we got the tag team championships on the line. The Gates of Agony, who beat the Hurt Syndicate at the pay-per-view. They need to build momentum. What do they do with them on the Fallout show? On the follow-up for All Out? They lose. They lose. I don't know who's booking this fucking show and thinks it's right, but this show sucks. And we're going to go over it tonight right here on Off the Script. This is your AEW Dynamite post show for September 24th, 2025. Jesse, you got a major announcement, man. I'm going to give you the floor to let everybody know what the fuck is going on over here.
Bro, if you are not following me on Twitter, then this is news to you. If you are, then you already know. But your boy here has been grinding in the watch-along community and has been picked up by a promotion. I will be doing a sponsored, affiliated, and official TNA Victory Road live watch-along this Friday. And it will not be just me watching on my end and you watching on your end. It will be you watching the pay-per-view on my channel. Full screen, full audio, and absolutely free. You're going to get an absolutely free pay-per-view given to us by TNA and the Creator Sports Network facilitating this as well. And they are enticing people who may be lapsed fans, people who just may have never watched a TNA product and just maybe wanted to give it a free shot. I mean, why not? We're all wrestling fans here, and not all of us watch TNA, and I get that. But it's a pay-per-view. It's for free, and they're telling wrestling fans everywhere, hey, we want you to come check this out for free. Go check out one of your favorite content creators, such as moi, and watch the show and see what we have to offer. So, what the hell? Why not? It's a Friday night. It's a free pay-per-view, guys. And from what I understand, what happened on NXT, there's an invasion angle going on that involves TNA. So I'm under the assumption that there will be some NXT talent on this show as well. So if you are not subscribed to my channel, do so, because this Friday evening, you're going to watch TNA Victory Road for free, courtesy of TNA and the Creator Sports Network.
There you go. That is a big break for our guy Jesse over here. So I know that there will be other reactors streaming the Victory Road pay-per-view. Make sure you guys choose this guy over here and show him some love, because I'd like to get him over 10,000 subscribers, and that could be a great boost for Jesse's subscriber count. So there you go.
Go over there right now. Subscribe to my channel if you are not. I know plenty of you are not. Go over there and subscribe, bro. It's fucking free.
Yep.
Support your boy. Tune into the stream. Hop in the chat, because I'm telling you right now, TNA will be watching the fan interaction on my channel.
Yep.
They will be watching. They want to see the engagement. They want to see what streamer is engaging with their audiences and what streamer that they have the most fun watching it with. And if it goes well, then this probably won't be a one-off. So come support your boy, man. Let's go.
There you go. I did not get asked because I don't watch TNA. So even if I I don't do watch alongs. That's why I didn't get asked. Right. But yeah, they are doing the thing with Jesse. So go watch on Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern. I'm sure it'll be better than SmackDown.
Hoogram asked, how did I get TNA spot? They reached out to me. The Creator Sports Network is the third party here. They reached out to them and asked them to go out and find some watch some reactors in the community, people who do watch along, because we want to give them access to TNA. And then they reached out to me via email and asked me if I wanted to do it. I did see a list of some of the other people in the community that are also doing it. A few of them I'm familiar with. A lot of them I am not. But it is most of the smaller channels and things like that. And it's just their way of trying to. I mean, they could have just as easily said, we're going to give the pay-per-view free to everyone. Here, go take it. But they're trying to gain some traction in the community. So they're hoping that I would say continue to cover the product and continue to bring my audience with. So it's just it's no different from any other company giving influencers free products so they can go and display them on their channel. They're the same thing.
There you go. It is on YouTube, guys. It's not on Twitch. It's on YouTube.
YouTube.
Yeah.
My YouTube channel.
You guys can subscribe to Jesse down below in the description. Just click his name at the top of the description. It'll take you right to his channel.
Thank you so much, chat. Let's go.
Yeah. There you go, man. Congratulations, bro. Very proud of you. Jason, the Solomonster and I did not hold TNT last night. We will be holding that tomorrow. So TNT is now Thursday Night Titans, just for this week only, because Jason had family commitments yesterday. I wasn't feeling well, so it actually worked out beautifully. So I'll be ready to go tomorrow with him. 8:30 Eastern, TNT will air tomorrow. We will go over all of the controversy between WrestlePalooza and All Out. We'll talk about all the weekly news. We got a great show lined up for you guys, so make sure you are there in the chat tomorrow, 8:30 Eastern, right here on this channel. Follow me on social media at JDfromNY206, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Cameo. Make sure you guys go follow Jesse on X as well, at Chi-Town Smart, so you guys stay updated on what's going on with him. Make sure you get those thumbs up in. 1,000 likes is the goal tonight. We got 2,500 people in here. There should be no excuses. There is no Collision Corner because we watched Collision last week on Wednesday when they added it as the extra hour to Dynamite. So no Collision Corner tonight. It'll return next week. And Super Chats are open. Get them on in. It's the best way to support what we do here. And if you guys missed any of the content on the channel, there were some banger videos and streams on this channel. Go and check them out on the homepage. Everything you need is right there, so get caught up with everything that I've posted right here on Off the Script. Let's get into this show. We start things off with Hangman cutting a promo, giving credit to Kyle Fletcher for taking him to his limit. Says he'll be keeping an eye on him to see what he does with this moment. The moment didn't last long because they booked Kyle Fletcher in a match with Commander for the TNT Championship in an open challenge on Collision. So the moment has already passed. He told him not to disappoint. He spoke about facing the Ring of Honor Pure Champion, Lee Moriarty, for the top prize tonight in a AEW World Championship Open Challenge. Again, we just went over why I don't agree with that. Jesse doesn't agree with that. I think that's absolutely ridiculous. Lee Moriarty is from Pittsburgh. That does not mean he walks into the building and automatically gets a World Championship match. You just devalue the World Championship by doing some bullshit like that. So that started the show.
I'd rather see a guest appearance by Kurt Angle or something.
Yeah.
In this match.
Or Paige didn't need to wrestle, and he just could have shown up and helped the ops. Like you said, that should have been his first appearance.
That's it. Yep.
Brody King and Bandito against the Gates of Agony, Toa Leona and Bishop Khan. This was an AEW Tag Team title match. Now, before we get into the match, let's backtrack a little bit. The Gates of Agony wrestled with Ricochet against the Hurt Syndicate, MVP, Bobby Lashley, and Shelton Benjamin, at All Out. Match was what it was. It was a forgettable six-man tag team match. MVP obviously took the pinfall loss for the Hurt Syndicate because Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin might have a no pin clause in their fucking contract. But apparently, Jesse, by beating the Hurt Syndicate, we talked about, I think last week, and I talked about on Sunday when I did my All Out post show, that the only clear direction for the Gates of Agony and Ricochet would be if they beat the Hurt Syndicate, which I think we both said they would, because there really is no other direction for them to go. If they beat the Hurt Syndicate, then the natural progression would be for them to get a shot at the Ops and the Trio Championships. Now, Tony Khan live on Twitter today said that that was the plan, but Katsuyori Shibata was not cleared. He was not medically cleared. He was actually medically suspended, and they did not clear him for action tonight. So in, I guess, a nice gesture, Tony Khan, instead of not granting them a Trio Championship match, he granted them a tag team title match. Now, in doing so, he put them in a losing situation because Brodito was never going to lose the tag team championships to the Gates of Agony. I don't know what you would have done. I would have done one of two things here. Number one, I would have not made the match at all because I don't know why this is a fucking thing when you should be really focusing on the demand and giving them all the momentum coming out of beating the Hurt Syndicate at All Out, or make this a non-title match and have fun with it that way. And you come up with a no decision, a time limit, or something that gives both teams a nice even playing field, and then maybe we build upon it from this night moving forward. What they did was put them in a losing situation. They had them lose clean, and now they're losers coming out of the pay-per-view, Jesse, after beating the hottest faction in the company. This is as counterproductive as anything I've seen all year from AEW.
You know, it's so hard to try to fix the current booking sometimes. So if there's any cooks out there, I love to cook. I mean, love to cook is a light way to put it. I feel like I'm a master in my kitchen, in my personal kitchen. I know where my seasonings are, my ingredients. So I know how to prepare what I know how to prepare. But it would be next to impossible to go into someone else's kitchen after they've already started prepping and cooking a meal and then take over for them and then finish the meal. You know, if you're a cook, then you know exactly what I'm talking about and how frustrating that would be, because you would just walk into it and you would start pulling your hair up like, wait, why is this like this? Why is this here? How am I supposed to? Okay, I'll try to add this ingredient to fix it from here, but it's not gonna. So we're trying to fix something that shouldn't exist. It'd be much easier to just say, here's an open kitchen. Go prepare the meal the way that you want. And I feel like you're just trying to fix shit at this point with some of this booking, because like you just said, like, I wouldn't have booked this match. Remember, we're trying to make the titles important here. We're trying to make the champions mean something here. All right. And at every given turn, they just don't feel special and they don't feel important. So why are we supposed to care about these matches, especially when you have outcomes like this? I just don't understand this, man.
I don't understand it. And then, you know, a couple of the sickos infiltrate my comment section on X, and they want to use the excuse, oh, well, the Hurt Syndicate didn't lose the pay-per-view. They pinned MVP.
They didn't win.
What? When you look at the box score, it says Hurt Syndicate losers. Wait, is MVP now all of a sudden not a part of the Hurt Syndicate? Stop making excuses for terrible booking, please. It pisses me off. You're not going to get anywhere with me, honestly. This was as counterproductive as possible, as anything I've seen all year. So we'll pick it up at the end here because none of this really mattered because they fucking lost. So Bandito wanted a 21-plex on Toa Leona. He didn't know Bishop Khan made the blind tag as Leona literally squashed Bandito by sitting on him. So we got locomotion, corner splashes, led to a double superplex. King returns and got a double electric chair on the Gates of Agony. So Brody King and Toa Leona are on the outside. Now they're brawling on the outside. Brody King misses a cross-body against the barricade as Toa Leona launched Brody King over the timekeeper's table, and the table falls on Brody. Aubrey Edwards, who is the referee here, immediately goes out to check on Brody, and Ricochet was on commentary with the commentary team. Soon as he sees Aubrey attending to Brody, he gets up, grabs a steel chair, gets in the ring, and tries to help his boys win the titles by using the chair as a weapon in the match while Aubrey's on the outside. So as soon as he raises the chair, Aubrey gets back into the ring, and she caught him, ejected him. Bandito got an inside cradle for 2, but Bishop Khan was up and threw a wild lariat as the Gates of Agony hit open the gates, which is their finish. But King made the save. Leona was wiped out with a tope by Brody, and Bandito eventually got the 21 plex simultaneously to go along with the tope by Brody on Bishop Khan for the 1, 2, 3. So not only are they losers, Ricochet made his boys look like geeks. They all look like geeks, Jesse, after beating the hottest faction in the entire company. I don't understand how you go from granting them a trios championship match by beating the Hurt Syndicate to putting them in a tag team title match that they didn't earn to only lose. What? Like, I'm speechless. I'm speechless.
It's that 50-50 booking, right? I mean, everybody 50-50 booking, no one gets over. You know, you're hot, you're cold, you're good, you're bad. People care, people don't. How do you get over?
You don't. They don't want anybody to be over.
Does anyone, how many people in this chat right now?
2,300.
2,300 people. We have the largest live stream after Dynamite anywhere on the planet. Does any one person in this chat have one piece of Gates of Agony merchandise? Anyone?
I'm gonna say no, bro. I don't even know if there's Gates of Agony merch that exists, to be honest with you.
Which is another problem within itself. Is anybody sitting there saying my favorite tag team are the Gates of Agony?
Bro, they look like one of the more legit teams in the entire business, bro, and they're fucking losers. They're losers. I don't mean that directly as an offensive thing to them. Creative sucks.
No, I know what you mean. I know exactly what you mean because they do have the look and they can go in the ring. They're not bad wrestlers. They're pretty good wrestlers, but nobody cares. Nobody cares, and it's not their fault. I believe they've gone out there and done the best job with the opportunity and the creative they've been given. But they've been given sucks.
How much of Ricochet's online shtick is helping what he does on air? I don't think any of it's helping. I think it's actually hurting what Ricochet does on television.
Wait. Ladybug said yes. Somebody said yes. Who has
Gates of Agony merch? You're a fucking liar.
You're a liar. You better send me a pic on Twitter right now. Said Ladybug. Who's Ladybug? Oh, there's Ladybug. Ladybug says yes, right here. Ladybug, sure. Send me a picture of your merch on Twitter right now.
Send your picture to Jesse right now. He will show it live on air.
Yep, let's go. Show it.
The demand. I don't think there's a demand for anything, Ricochet, honestly.
I call bullshit. Bullshit. I don't even think you have a Ricochet shirt. Maybe you do, but I said Gates of Agony, not Ricochet. But let's see what you got.
Yeah, Gates, yes. You did say Gates of Agony. You didn't say the demand.
Nope, I didn't say the demand. Let's go. Lady bugged out. Let me see it. When you send it, I'll profile it. I'll show it.
Bro, don't you have to actually be in demand to be called the demand?
Oh, she was just joking, she said. See, there we go.
Back to zero.
There we go. Back to none. No one has any.
Jesse's got more merch sold than fucking Gates of Agony. He don't even have a fucking shirt out.
None. Ooh, I had one. I still have one in process, though. I had someone making one. I had a friend who makes t-shirts, making one and designing one for me. That's how I had one being produced.
Bro, don't you have to be in demand to actually be called the demand?
Hey, man, look, after the names that we've gotten, like the Swirl, the demand is fine. The demand is fine. There is nothing wrong with that name. Leave the demand alone. Notice I didn't rag on that one because the Swirl is still the worst thing I've ever heard of in my life.
Oh my God, man! They'll be on Collision Saturday wrestling Eddie Kingston and Hook, man. What a monumental return there for Eddie Kingston, man, coming back and wrestling Vanilla Ice over there. Yeah,
bro. They had a perennial babyface main eventer in Eddie Kingston, but they treat him like a mid-card guy, and that's what he's gonna be taking as now.
That's all right. He's just happy to be there, bro. That's it.
Absence made the heart go fonder. Eddie Kingston is endured by fans. People love him. He's a great babyface, man. And you are lacking top of the card baby faces. I don't know why Eddie Kingston wasn't inserted up there right now. Right at the top.
Because they didn't have any fucking idea for him. That's why.
My God. The guy can sell. This guy can sell a fucking refrigerator to an Eskimo. He can fucking talk his ass off. Anybody that can talk as well as fucking Eddie Kingston, he can sell a feud. Just give him something.
This guy sold a feud with CM Punk in 2 weeks, bro. 2 fucking weeks. They didn't have anything but microphone time 2 weeks before pay-per-view. Believe that?
Guy is amazing. Amazing on the mic. Probably one of the best talkers in pro wrestling today.
Man, I miss those days, huh? Holy shit. Hey, 8,000, 9,000 people in attendance. People were oohing and ahhing every fucking word. Now they can't even fill this fucking venue. You want to know what they did in this venue? I got the WrestleTix thing broken up here. Look, we got 2,600 people in the venue tonight. They didn't sell it out. The setup was for 3,300. The last time they were there was on October 2nd of last year. They did 4,600 in the same venue.
They haven't been there in a year.
So imagine a year, bro. Look at the amount of attendance. They lost over 2,000 people in the city of Pittsburgh in the same venue in a year span. And you mean to tell me that everything's great, huh?
That's messed up, man.
Fucking in Pittsburgh. And Pittsburgh is a AEW town.
Yep, it is.
Come on, man.
Maybe if you brought their girl back, they would have showed up.
And this is a 12,000 seater, too, this venue.
Wow.
I don't know. Alicia Toot interviewed the conglomeration backstage. Mark Briscoe just went on to wrestle MJF in a thumbtacks and tables match and beat the former longest reigning AEW world champion of all time. And now he's back in the conglomeration wrestling alongside Hologram.
You have
priorities, bro.
You have to capitalize. You have to strike. If you're going to tell me that Mark Briscoe is, I won't even say better wrestler. I'll give you this. If you're going to tell me that Mark Briscoe is more hardcore than MJF, I mean, MJF can go with the best of the hardcore guys, then you have to move him up a peg. You got to treat him as such. You just beat MJF, man. Do something special with him at this point. Make him the #1 contender to a title. You have to be the world title of Fletcher, something, Okada. Give him a title match. This guy just earned a title match. As far as I'm concerned, if you beat MJF at a pay-per-view, you deserve some kind of fucking title match. That is something. That's one of your top guys.
Well, Mark Briscoe seems to be more like a worthy challenger than Lee Moriarty is, huh?
Exactly. It would be. Hey, you know what? You said this is your boy, Mark Briscoe. You said that you would rather give him a title match. He just beat MJF. Hell, now you got to wrestle Mark Briscoe. Bro, that would have made so much sense.
This guy just came out and said, Kyle Fletcher, I'll be watching you. Are you not watching the fucking guy that MJF almost fucking burned to get the rules changed for your match at Forbidden Door? Now you're not watching him, huh?
Bruh, would have been a great opportunity.
Maybe the creator forgot about that, man. They got fucking goldfish memory. Fuck out of here. Come on, man. Who books this shit? Mark Briscoe said they're about to whoop some Don Callis family ass. Alicia asked who his partner was going to be. So he said no matter how hard she tries to squeeze that juicy information from him, he won't tell. He says he did wake up and ask himself, aren't you glad that you have so many conglomerators to choose from? He assured her future looks bright. He assured her the future looks so bright. Maybe he should put on his shades. Briscoe put on his sunglasses and then did typical Mark Briscoe crazy. Gee, I wonder who that is.
Yeah, it was funny. It was funny. I get it. You know, having Orange Cassidy announced, I mean, it's fine. Look, not every last single return needs to be a surprise. You know, and if they were going to announce one, I think an Orange Cassidy announcement is fine. You know, but there was, I mean, just some of these, like Eddie Kingston should have been a fucking surprise. And it shouldn't have been in a ring with Big Bill either. I mean, so some of these returns that I just announced ahead of time is just deflating. Like, where's the excitement? Where's the surprise? We get a surprise pack return. Great. They want to announce an Orange Cassidy. That's fine. You know, but we want to get some surprises back in pro wrestling with leaks and stories and this and that and announcements. Where's the fun in pro wrestling? MJF has to announce his goddamn title match 1 week in advance. That's so fun. That's so much fun. Just take the fun out of pro wrestling. That's what we want.
Well, AEW is not fun. What do you expect?
Like, clearly not.
Renee interviewed Chris Statlander about her first title defense. Oh, man, I can't wait to get Jesse's take on this. Harley Cameron interrupted from behind and acted all goofy. Statlander said she is pretty beat up, but she's a fighting champion. Everybody in this company is a fighting champion. They use that as the excuse to these open challenges. She said she loves Mina, but not in the same way Tony Storm does. But someone has to be my first, so let's give them something I won't ever forget. Renee asked her what association is with the Death Riders. Statlander paused and told Renee, things can move really fast when you make decisions. Harley acted all goofy again and said she's going to sing a song for Statlander when she retains the championship tonight. Now, I don't know. I don't know why this is a thing. Jesse Statlander, you know, I've said my piece, and I'll reiterate just a little bit here before I give you the floor because I know Statlander is one of your personal favorites as well. I did not expect Statlander to win the championship on Saturday afternoon at All Out. I found it to be, you know, a Tony Storm victory. I just didn't see what sense it made to give Statlander the victory. There was no story going into the match. You know, AEW does the AEW thing typical and gives Statlander the surprise shock victory on Saturday, pinning Tony Storm. I had a major problem with that, not because I'm not happy for Stat. I think if there's one deserving woman in the division to win the championship, it absolutely is her. She's been there since day one. She deserves the world. But the fact of the matter is, it's her first AEW World Championship. There was no story going into that match. You give her the title in such a lame, unenthusiastic, uninspired way, and now you want to start her reign with a nothing match and an open challenge. Bro, as far as I'm concerned, optically, I'm looking at this. You had money in Stat chasing the championship. You opted not to tell a story about her chasing the championship and winning her first major singles title in the company, her first major world championship in the company. They didn't even have the decency to give her that. And now you want to start her reign off against Mina in an open challenge instead of giving the woman the floor and expressing to the fans how this moment, how this title means the world to her, how she's been there since day one. Bro, what the fuck are we doing, man? Why is there such a lapse of judgment when it comes to these types of stories? That could have been a money feud, a money story for Stat. I hated that they took the belt off Tony, put it on Stat in a fatal four-way, bro. If that was the plan, it should have been built over a nice 3, 4, 5 week stretch. Tell the story out and give her the fucking win that she deserves, man. I fucking hated it.
Yeah, so I predicted Stat was gonna win. I did it on my stream live. I called Stat as the winner, and I just felt like they weren't doing anything with Tony Storm, and they had nothing on the horizon for her. And the only one in that match that had anything going on was Chris Statlander because of her story with the Death Riders. I thought that Stat was going to win with the help of someone from the Death Riders coming in and getting her the championship. And then she found out after the fact and then was unhappy about it and pissed off. And then we were going to get an official turn, I thought, tonight. Well, I thought everybody saw what we thought we were going to get with her attacking Harley Cameron. I thought that was going to be the eventual payoff. She got pissed that the Death Riders got involved. And then I would have had her I would have had Statlander backstage tonight saying, after seeing how I won this championship and the manner that I won it, I have a big announcement later on tonight in the ring. And then I would have had her come out and act like she was going to relinquish it, and then beat the holy shit out of Harley Cameron, and then officially join the Death Riders, which was the story they've been teasing for weeks. But instead, we got babyface Stat still not in the Death Riders and still with Harley Cameron, probably because of those women's tag team championships now. So I'm like you. I enjoyed the fact that Stat is champion. I didn't like the overall story that they told and how they went about it. I would have went ahead and pulled the trigger on the heel turn and put her with the damn Death Riders. They teased it long enough, and it just would have made sense.
Well, the reason why they didn't pull the trigger on her going heel and joining the Death Riders is because they needed to take the title off of Toni Storm to put her on another babyface so that when the time comes at World's End, Statlander's still the champion and she could drop it to a heel in Mercedes Moné. That's the only reason why they gave it to Chris Statlander.
Bro, I would be so pissed.
That's exactly what's going to happen.
If they have Chris Statlander drop that title to Mercedes, I will never forgive them for that bullshit.
Bro,
man.
last year they wrestled at Full Gear and they wrestled at World's End, bro. 2 matches. The third match will be at World's End this year, and Chris Statlander's world will end, and Mercedes is going to be 10 belts money. I predict this is where they're going. Because there's no other reason why they took the belt off their hottest female in Toni Storm to put it on another babyface when they could have easily put it on anybody else. They could have given it to Megan Bayne. They could have given it to Tekla. They could have given it to Jamie Hayter. They could have given it to anybody, bro. But Stat is the one Mercedes wants because Stat is the woman that gave Mercedes 2 of her best matches, bro. So they're going to go for a third. I guarantee it.
Have we heard anything about Toni Storm taking a hiatus, taking some time off?
I don't know. I don't know.
She's been on the run for a while. Maybe she's taking some time off and they want to get it off for that reason as well.
I don't know. Maybe. She deserves it.
And she does. She's been on the hell of a run, man. All these fucking people that you see on TV pretty much every week, man, that they all deserve a little bit of fucking time off, man. So there's nothing wrong with that. I thought that, okay, I figured, okay, they're going to put the title on Stat, do something interesting with it, put her in the Death Riders, make her a heel again, but nonetheless, it would have made sense. But no, they have different plans. Hey, look, maybe they have something planned that makes sense for her title run, but it already looks bad when this is the first fucking defense, an open title match. I mean,
what does Mina have to do with the World Championship? She's on Ring of Honor. This is the same woman, Jesse, if you don't remember. Her first month in, she lost a TBS title match to Mercedes and an AEW Women's Championship match to Toni. Now she's got another championship match for doing what exactly? I was told she won some multi-women matches on Collision. If that's the fucking excuse that they're using, that's a terrible one. What did she do for a World Championship match?
All she does is lose championship matches. All she does. Has she won any of them?
They'll turn it into a story. Mina can't win the big one.
Can't win any of them.
Chat, do you see how this is the shit we do for a living? Do you believe this? We got to cover this fucking slop.
Man.
We do it because we love you. We do it because you don't have to watch this shit. You just come here and listen to how awful the fucking show is. You can imagine how it is to watch it. It's fucking ridiculous.
I just want it to make sense, man.
Me too.
I feel like that's not asking too much.
It's not. They need to hire some fucking writers. They don't care. Hangman Page and Lee Moriarty. This match went 8 minutes. It did nothing for Moriarty, and it wasted 8 minutes of our time. We can't get back. He only got this match because he's a Pittsburgh native. I'm not going to repeat myself why this world title match didn't need to happen and why it didn't make any sense. Stop devaluing your fucking world champion and your world championship. The guy doesn't need to wrestle every fucking week. He's wrestling this week. He's wrestling next week. Who the fuck is he wrestling at the pay-per-view and what the match is going to be? That's what we want to know. And build a story around it. By the time you get to the fucking build, it's going to be 2 weeks before the show, and the match won't mean fucking anything. But then you put it on in the main event, have it go 50 fucking minutes, and then claim everybody else is wrong. And look, we got a main event. Yeah, but it went 50 fucking minutes when it didn't need to go 20. Am I close?
I just want to know who the number one contender is. I want to see how they came to this decision, and I want to see the world champion build a feud with the said number one contender, make it interesting, give me the match at the pay-per-view, let these guys kill it because most of your roster can fucking kill it when you give them the right story, and then enjoy it. That's it. Very simple. I don't need to see Hangman wrestling every fucking week. I don't fucking need to. I don't care to. Matter of fact, let's go through a pay-per-view without him defending it. Be great.
Yeah, that should have happened at the pay-per-view we just went through. All Out. They got October 18th penciled in for Wrestle Dream. After next week, there'll be 3 weeks. Are you going to start building a fucking story for Adam Page in the World Championship at the pay-per-view? Is it going to mean something? Who is it going to be? I don't know why you didn't start that tonight. You would have had 5 weeks of build. 5 weeks of build is better than 3 weeks. 5 weeks makes the match mean more to me than it would be in 3 weeks. Why is this concept so fucking foreign to these people? It's just another show for another championship match to happen. That doesn't mean anything, and it's just going to be a fucking dot in the fucking history of AEW. Nobody gives a fuck. God, this company is fucking so infuriating, bro. It's
very frustrating.
It's so infuriating. Do you see Cody wrestling every week on television? You barely get a fucking match on SmackDown out of Cody. He's not even on the fucking show half the fucking time. Roman Reigns. When Cody shows up, it's important. When fucking Roman Reigns shows up, it's important. When Adam Page shows up, it's like, hey, there's the fucking cowboy. There's the cowboy.
Maybe it's because of their deals. Maybe because they have so many dates on their deals that he feels obligated. He has to fucking use those dates. They don't have to wrestle in those dates, do they? They can just show up, do a promo, do a run-in. They don't have to wrestle on all these dates, do they?
You know, Jim Cornette calls him now Hangman. Hangman, Adam Page.
Why? That's disrespectful.
Because he has this thing where he calls it the AEW Men's World Championship. Like, why is he doing that?
So he's disrespecting Hangman for that reason?
Yes.
You know, and people always ask me if I listen to Cornette. I don't. I don't have a specific reason why I don't listen to Cornette. But when I hear shit like this, why in the fuck would I listen to Cornette?
Hangman, Adam Page, bro.
It's fucking disrespectful, bro, for no reason.
Why are you calling it the men's world title? What title is it? What am I, a fucking idiot?
Hangman did not name it the men's title. That's what AEW.
Why is everyone calling it the men? What title is it? Your Aunt Tilly's world title. What fucking title is it? It's like Adam Page is going to be wrestling for the women's title. He's got the world title. He's a male. He's wrestling for the world title.
I don't fucking know, man. But I'm sure Hangman did not make that call, so I don't know why he's putting that shit on him.
No, I think Hangman made the call, honestly.
That's bullshit, man. That's bullshit.
Lee Moriarty and Adam Page went 8 minutes. Do we even need to go over this? No, we don't.
Nope, moving on.
No. Moriarty counted a Deadeye into an octopus. Page rolled out of it. Deadeye again. And then they trade blows, which each of them countered. And Page eventually turned Moriarty inside out with a lariat. Deadeye and the 1, 2, 3. And that was it. Goodbye. Thanks for coming, Lee Moriarty. Back to the app you go. Renee wanted comments backstage at All Out from Adam Copeland, which was the only thing on the show that I was genuinely interested in on Saturday afternoon. So Adam Copeland walks into the locker room with Christian Cage. He's icing his neck. He apologetically says he can't take it this time. Copeland walked into the locker room and told Christian he has to go home to his family. He can't keep doing this to them. He says he doesn't know if he will be back. Christian says, well, I don't have a family anymore, so you should go take care of yours. Copeland said, no, you do have a family. He offered a handshake. Christian shook his hand and then applied the ice pack back on his neck, and the segment came to a close. Adam Copeland must seriously want that final match with John Cena in Washington, D.C., huh?
Why did he go to Pittsburgh tonight?
Why did who go to Pittsburgh?
Copeland.
This was a segment after All Out. This was not live.
Oh, I thought that was tonight.
No. This was after All Out.
My bad. I missed that part. I thought this was. I thought, did this dude show up to Pittsburgh to say he's leaving?
Yeah, he's leaving, man. He wants to go wrestle John Cena in DC on December 13th.
Okay. Is that where he's going?
If it was up to Copeland, I think he'd be there. Sure. I don't know where this is going. Did you watch? You watched the pay-per-view, right? You watched the. You streamed the show, live reactions. Yeah, of course. What did you think of the ending of the Edge and Christian FTR match? With Beth getting pile driven.
I thought it was kind of cool. I thought it was awesome, actually.
You do realize that you do realize that's a stolen WWE Judgment Day angle from 2022, right?
Bro, you know everything that has ever happened in pro wrestling happened in WWE first.
Yeah, but that's fine. But don't go steal something that happened only 3 years ago. I mean, if you want to go back in the time machine and take something that happened 23 years ago, I'd understand it. But 3 years ago?
Only 3 years ago? You act like it happened last weekend.
3 years ago, bro. The Judgment Day is still on TV.
How many fans do you think that we might watch that show that didn't watch 3 years ago?
We know it, and we have to be conscientious of everybody that they know it. That we have to fill them in.
I knew that stuff like that has happened before, and most things that happened before happened in WWE before, but I didn't take it as specifically. They did that 3 years ago. Bro, they've done shit that they've seen on WWE that they just did recently. You know what I'm saying? Like weeks ago. And like that's clearly stolen.
Bro.
But something that was done 3 years ago?
I'm trying to explain to you that it's weak. What they did at the pay-per-view was weak. Go back and look at what Rhea Ripley did to Beth Phoenix at Extreme Rules in 22, bro. She concertoed her. There was more emotion in that than anything that these guys have done in the entire build for this tag team feud. They just rehashed an old storyline that Edge was a part of.
Okay, wait. I see the chat now. Okay, I agree with what you're saying. I agree with everything you're saying. I agree with everything you're saying.
Oh, you don't have to agree with me, bro. I don't want you to agree with me.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Look at the chat. I agree. I
don't want you to agree with me. I'm just bringing awareness to you in case you didn't know. I find it to be lazy. It's just laughable that their creative team took a angle that happened 3 years ago, bro. It's not fresh. It's not new. It's not exciting.
3 years ago. That's bro. Wait longer. 100%.
It's like you two of your favorite rap. Like imagine a rapper that you really enjoy listening to, bro. Just completely bit off a rhythm that another rapper that you enjoy did, and it's like, bro, what are you doing? You need to come up with something original. You're not going to call that guy out.
Hey, if they get the clearance, if they get the approval to use their beats or whatever the case may be, if they just bit their fucking style, then 3 years wouldn't be enough. 20 years wouldn't be enough unless they're showing homage and letting them know, hey, this is a homage to my guy, such and such, blah, blah, blah. I think that's a little bit different with hip hop and here and there, but pro wrestling shit is bidden and used all the time. Hell, they're doing the Styles Clash in AEW. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like they do the same stuff that we see in WWE all the time. 3 years seems to me like an eternity. Hell, they waited a long time. You know what I'm saying? I didn't personally remember the last time that they used Beth in WWE, so I didn't remember the angle that they used. But if you say they use it in WWE, I wholeheartedly believe you. They do a lot of things that they saw in WWE first. You know what I'm saying? It might have been Copeland that brought them that story because he was the one that did it in WWE.
But why does he want to rehash something that was obviously better there and much more inferior over here? I don't understand why you would want to do something less.
I don't know. I just like the heat that it was giving FTR. You know what I'm saying? I just thought it was good heat to fucking give her the shatter machine and shit like that. You know, that's
you like the heat FTR's getting?
I mean, I like that spot. I mean, I don't like the heat that they're getting overall in the company, no. But I thought that was a good spot to get some pretty damn good heat for.
The only thing I liked about Beth showing up is that she used This Is War by Alter Bridge off their last album. Thanks, Tony, for buying another right to a song that is clearly a banger. Maybe you should use that song for the theme of Dynamite. It should be a lot better. Yeah, so that was Christian and Cope. I don't know when Cope is coming back. We'll see what happens with him. Tony Schiavone then introduced FTR and Stokely out in the ring. They walked out to the ring, and Schiavone said what they did at All Out was the worst thing he's ever seen in AEW. Really?
The worst thing
The
ever?
worst thing that he's ever seen in AEW. Jack
Remember
Perry
Mark
tried to run
Spears?
over Darby Allin last year with his fucking rickety van. Jack Perry was set on fire. Like, this is the worst thing that he's ever seen. Beth Phoenix being pile driven on Saturday afternoon was the worst thing he's ever seen.
I mean, bro. I mean, maybe if this was some, weak damsel in distress taking a move from two pro wrestlers, I might maybe agree with him. We're talking about Beth fucking Phoenix. She's more jacked than most of these guys out there, bro. I mean, she's a pro wrestler. She'll be all right. She just took a move. I mean, she'll be fine. She'll be all right.
It's like Tony Schiavone thinks she's as frail as fucking, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Who? Like Harley Cameron or someone,
Beth was in the Royal Rumble, guy. I mean, she'll be all right. She'll be fine.
The worst thing he's ever seen? Give me a break, man. Why do we say things like that? It's just so unrealistic. Come on now. Cash Wheeler volunteered to speak first. He says he hasn't been able to sleep since Saturday, since their intentions were to beat Copeland and Christian and send them into retirement so they could pursue tag team gold. He said Copeland couldn't stand that, so he brought his wife into the mix. He said Copeland is the only one who deserves any blame. Stokely played innocent and said Copeland and Christian needed Beth, and she doesn't even work here. Dax says he was asked to apologize for his actions on Saturday, but he refused to apologize for dropping Adam Copeland on his frail neck or dropping Christian on his CTE-ridden brain.
Oh my God, don't do that.
He told Beth he would never intentionally hurt her, but she punched him in his broken nose and watered his eyes, which led to him confusing her with her husband. Sure. He says he would never hurt a woman, but he says when it comes to Beth, he uses that term loosely. Willow Nightingale's music played, and she entered the ring. Now, Willow does have some history with Stokely, which we never got a real conclusion to, but, I guess that doesn't really matter to these people. So she said sarcastically, they gave a great apology. She said she's there to talk about an inspiration and a Hall of Famer in Beth Copeland. She said women like Beth have inspired a generation, and she's why she became a wrestler. She said she would go to little shows even when she didn't know she would get home. She said women like Beth is why women like her don't take hits from guys like them. So fans chant Willow, Willow. She told them to offer a better apology and get out of the ring. Stokely said, well, Willow, it's past your bedtime. And she said something about going to watch, what show did she mention? I forgot. Some show on television. Go watch that show and it'll put you to bed. It's your bedtime. She ended up slapping Stokely right in the face. And Speedball Mike Bailey and Kevin Knight, Jet Speed, entered the ring. And they knocked FTR to the floor. FTR pulled Stokely to safety. Jet Speed and Willow celebrated together. Wow. Where are we going with this, bro? You excited?
Nah. Nah.
Isn't Jet Speed a fucking charisma vacuum every time they go out there, bro?
Whenever they need a baby face run in, they just throw Jet Speed out there. They don't have to be involved in the story. They just need a baby face to run out there. They'll throw Jet Speed out there. That's all they do. That's all they do. They'll have tag team matches and they'll run in and save some baby faces, no matter if they're involved in the story or not. They don't cut any promos. They don't do anything of interest. I don't understand what Jet Speed is all about, what they're here for, or what's going on with it.
So, from what I see here, it looks like Jet Speed came to the defense of Willow. Jet Speed is now going to be used to get into a mini feud here with FTR so they have somebody to beat before they lose to Edge and Christian again. Am I on the right track there?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
People thought that Willow was going heel and that she'd end up joining FTR so that we could do FTR Willow versus Beth and Edge and Christian.
If they turn Willow heel, I seriously have to. I mean, what the? Someone needs their brains examined, bro. That's. I mean, I don't know what to say, but they didn't.
That's a
do
whole
it.
merchandising and fucking musical department that needs a fucking complete reshuffle over there, bro, for Willow.
I mean, some people are just inherently stuck in their current roles as either heel or face. And Willow should be stuck as a baby face for the foreseeable future, bro. I mean, you better have absolutely nothing else for her. She should have won every women's title. She has nothing else to do. I mean, it should be as long as Bayley went before she actually turned heel. It should be that long. It should be forever from now. There's no reason to turn her heel.
You know, speaking of tag teams, you know who we didn't see here on this show that reunited on Saturday afternoon? Jurassic Express. You think that one of the biggest highlights of the show you'd want to feature on this coming Wednesday's Dynamite, yet they weren't on the show. Anybody want to know why?
No, they promoted them for next Wednesday. They don't have to be right away. That's fine. They get something to push for next week. Again, I'm not here to shit on every last single decision. I mean, they took a week off and they went, okay, that is fine. I mean, they're not just like forgetting about it. They made an announcement. They'll be on next week's show. Okay.
Well, they got something planned for next week. Got to give them that.
Planned for next week. That's fine. It doesn't have to all. They didn't put it on Collision. They said, hey, well, they'll be out here next week. Okay. Let's see what they got for them. Let's see. I'm sure it'll be something stupid, but let's see.
Yeah, we're gonna get any explanation as to why he's now all of a sudden Luchasaurus? I mean, did we see an official split with the matriarchy? What happened there?
Yeah. He was in a tag match with Kip Sabian, and Kip
but
Sabian,
what happened there?
He decided to quit.
Is that what he said?
No, we didn't even get that. They shouldn't have brought Luchasaurus back until they brought him back with Jungle Boy. I don't know why they brought him back and put him with the matriarchy in. I mean, it just makes no sense. They had this awesome video, which is actually a really cool video of Jack Perry reviving him, bringing him back, digging him up, and Brooklyn took him, put him on a surgical table and revived him. And that could have been the reason right there. To be honest with you, to go along with his, dinosaur story, well, Jack Perry is the one that dug him up and saved him because he was dead and gone. But no, he came back and teamed with Kip Sabian and then turned. I mean, I know why. I get why. It's because, Nick Wayne got hurt. But you sacrificed an awesome return just because Nick Wayne got hurt. You just could have canceled the fucking match that he was. I mean, it wasn't that important. It wasn't that important.
Oh, man. Listen, man, we predicted it, man. I'm glad that they're back together. I think they're going to be a solid duo as long as I keep them a little dark and a little brooding. And Jack Perry's a little bit more grown up and not fucking wearing Tarzan tights out there. I think it'll work, Yeah,
I don't know what they're gonna do with them, but I mean, I'm glad they're back together.
Yeah, the tag team division needs them. Yeah. Nobody was talking about Jack Perry on Saturday afternoon. You know
that? No. Well, what happened Saturday afternoon?
Well, he got back with Luchasaurus.
Oh well, yeah. I mean, nobody.
Jack Perry, man, bringing in the numbers, man, because he returned to AEW.
It would have been a nice little talking point if Luchasaurus hadn't been the one to make his return at that point. But again, the guy already came back. He wants to pop for him again because he turned like 2 weeks after he came back. You should have saved that. You should have saved that. But that moment, that should have been the first time we saw Luchasaurus when those lights came back on, right there.
Bro, it's like AEW sat down at the fucking restaurant, and as soon as they sat down, they got the main course, man. They didn't get any drinks, they didn't get any appetizers, they didn't get any bread basket. They went right for the fucking meal, dude. It's like, give me the fucking conclusion to one thing before you go on to the next thing. We didn't even get a reason why he's out. Explain to me what the issue is between Sabian and Luchasaurus and why they don't like each other, which happened out of nowhere.
They gave us nothing. He got injured and they just took him out with no explanation.
Yes. Oh my God, man. Oh,
he got hurt. He's out. Okay. I mean, he's a dinosaur. Tell me a story.
Christ.
Tell me a story, bro. I mean, come on.
Oh,
Whatever. How did he get buried again? He dug him. Jack
I don't
Perry
know.
dug
Why
him
was
up.
he in the fucking ground, bro? Why was he in the dirt?
Why was he in the ground? What happened?
He was buried 65 million years ago, bro. Oh my God. Oh God, this show sucks, man. I'm sorry. Oh, MJF. This was a great fucking promo. I'm excited to see what MJF does to change himself when he comes back after they had him go through Indie Mud Show garbage on Saturday afternoon. He was sitting on the stairs in the venue on Saturday in Toronto. He said he was so upset. Said not long ago he was the biggest star in pro wrestling. Said Adam Cole entered the picture and he ended up losing everything after he broke his heart. Says he lost his mojo. He managed to accomplish more than anyone would dream of in this time frame. He says something is missing, though. He's been a caricature of himself and has been trying to snap himself out of it. He says he can't come back until he looks in the mirror and doesn't see a fraud. He mentioned Ospreay, Swerve, and Hangman Page were once in his dust, and now he's in theirs. He says he won't come back until he's the most dangerous man he's ever been. He held up a tack, pulled it out of his skin, and put it in his mouth, started chewing it, and then he spit it out, comparing it to doubt in himself, which he was spitting out. He says he's going to come back and do things his way. Now, I don't know what that means. Is he coming back more evil, more sadistic? We booked a chat GPT thing with MJF where he was a little bit more sadistic. Maybe he took some ideas from us. Or maybe he just goes and gets some former friends and comes back with some muscle behind him.
What else they got planned for, man? I mean, it seems like they're running through all of the different, versions of MJF they can do. What's next?
I don't know. I'm assuming I predicted on Sunday when I did my All Outpost show. I said MJF, Adam Page, World's End, MJF wins the championship at the pay-per-view in which he lost it 2 years ago.
The guy is so versatile, but he's so great at one specific thing. I don't understand why they keep moving him and changing him so much. I mean, I know he's a busy man. I get he's a busy man. Is he going away to film something again? Is that what's happening?
Yes, he's filming Violent Night 2.
He's a busy man, bro. You're making a star. I mean, good on you in that regard. Well, he's making himself a star. I don't think creative is making a star out of him, but the guy is just that goddamn good. I suggest you utilize him to the best of his potential while you have him.
Yeah, because he ain't going to be there forever. I'll tell you that right now.
No.
Don Callis family, they made their entrance. Callis says he is a world-class painter. He showed off some of his artwork on the big screen. He says he's been working on his masterpiece recently. He asked for it to be rolled out. He said Picasso and the others are all going to roll over in their graves when they see what I have in store. When the red carpet or the red drapery here was removed after some geeks rolled out this big frame out to the stage, they removed it, and standing in the box without a frame was Orange Cassidy. And Don Callis freaked out because Orange Cassidy was Mark Briscoe and Hologram's tag team partner tonight in six-man tag team action against Kazuchika Okada, Konosuke Takeshita, and Hechicero. I don't know if anyone picked up on it. Maybe this was planned. It said something in the back of Orange Cassidy's big screen. It looked like the visuals went out. I don't know if that was supposed to be that way, but it said media offline for Orange Cassidy's Titantron logo. You see that?
No, I did not.
No?
I missed it.
Maybe it's a part of his entrance. I don't know. I found that to be a little bizarre.
I don't know, like this, maybe just the bare minimum because he's Orange Cassidy.
Yeah, maybe. Orange Cassidy, Mark Briscoe, and Hologram, and the Don Callis family here. This went 11 minutes. I mean, what is this? What does this mean to anybody? It's just random fucking guys thrown together. Briscoe, we already talked about. He beat MJF. He's in this fucking match with Hologram and Orange Cassidy. What type of follow-up is this to what happened at the pay-per-view with him beating MJF, who's the best AEW world champion in the history of the fucking company? And then you got Okada and Takeshita here, which is going to be the feud eventually. There wasn't really any big tension here between those two guys to indicate that that's going to come to a head anytime soon. But this was all about Hologram. This was all about Hologram getting another victory. He got the pinfall here, and he's now 34-0 in AEW after he beats Hechicero with a portal bomb. That's what he calls his finish, Jesse, the portal bomb. Because he comes through the portal, you know? He's Hologram.
What's that? Just a blue thunder bomb?
I guess. If you asked me if I was paying attention closely to this, bro, I'd have to say no. Post-match, Kyle Fletcher comes out to the stage and says it's good to see Cassidy back, but Briscoe not so much. At All Out, Fletcher proved he belongs in the main event. And at the tippity top of the industry, yeah, you're not ready for that yet, youngster. Not ready for that, bro. He says he'll be ready one day. He will. He will be ready one day. And he will be a future AEW World Champion. Hangman Page was right about one thing. The next morning was the worst Fletcher has felt in his entire life. Never feeling so crushed and defeated. But he looked in the mirror and remembered who the hell he was. He says he wants to get back on track and be the greatest TNT champion of all time. And he sees these dorks in the ring. He sees opportunity while looking at them. He says Hologram has the longest undefeated streak of any man in AEW history at 34-0, but more like 34 and scared of Kyle Fletcher, as it's the only reason his streak has lasted so long. Fletcher can't think of a better way to get on the horse than to beat Hologram next week on the anniversary episode of Dynamite. It is now title versus streak, and it was then made official by Tony Khan for next week on Dynamite, the 6-year anniversary show. You excited, bro? Title versus streak.
Oh,
This
yeah.
is as WrestleMania-esque as we're ever gonna get, bro. This is bigger than Reigns and Cody, with Cody finishing his story.
Bro, I think you are trying to make light and make fun of the greatest creation Tony Khan has ever had. He's got the streak, he's got Hologram, and it's all on the line here, bruh.
Bro, I got people in the venue telling me this is going to be more important and bigger than WrestleMania 26, with The Undertaker putting his streak on the line against HBK's career.
Facts. 100%, bruh. You won't even remember that match.
Guaranteed
yeah.
these guys go 20 minutes, bro, and they make it into a fucking wannabe WrestleMania classic over here.
It is on. Right, let's get it, man.
I don't
Here
know.
we go.
I don't know. Who cares? Kyle Fletcher is going to be on Saturday defending his TNT title in an open challenge against Commander. I don't know what type of follow-up they think that is coming off of a 40-minute world title match with Adam Page, but I'm not the one booking the fucking show. Take your grievances up with Tony Khan. It's awful. Renee is backstage with Mina, who says since Saturday she hasn't heard from Tony Storm. They made a promise they love and fight hard. And tonight she fights for Tony, she fights for Mina, and she fights to win the AEW Women's title. There you go. We love Mina. You know, Jesse, Stephanie Vaquer got a promo on Monday Night Raw, and Chris Statlander did not, on why she won the World Championship. You know?
And shout out to Stephanie and her English has gotten much better.
They gave her mic time, and Tony Khan couldn't even be bothered to give Chris Statlander the mic time. It's crazy. Where were Stats' parents? You know, from New York to Pittsburgh, bro, it's like a 45-minute plane ride. They couldn't fly Stats' parents into front row to have her grace us with a promo?
It's not Stat's first title.
World title?
She's a TBS champion.
Who? No.
And she beat
What'd they do with that, man? You've been more critical than me with that championship, man.
Trying here, man. It just sucks to just sit here and have a 3-hour hate fest on the comment. I mean, I don't like beating a man when he's down. You know, I mean, it sucks. I've said that it sucks. We all agree that it sucks. But something somewhere, man. I mean, you've just been just dogpiling on at this point.
What is good on this show? The only thing on that, bro, I swear to God, the only thing I really enjoyed on the show was the MJF promo. That was it.
that was just par for the course. I mean, that's what we get from MJF. You know, this. I mean,
We got this vignette from Jack Perry here where he's digging up and nursing Luchasaurus back to health. While this time Jurassic Express highlights were being shown. Perry voiced it over and said, "Life is uncertain and fragile. It can change in the blink of an eye. It can be lost of who they thought they'd become and the dreams that could turn into nightmares. Victims, aren't we all? Or are we more? Can we choose to be better, stronger? Can we hear the call once more? Pick ourselves up to ride again." And we're told Jurassic Express returns next week on the 6-year anniversary of Dynamite. The feeling is restored, finally.
Okay, they say so. I mean, that maybe they get something planned to reinvent that. Who are the tag team champions? Oh, Brodito.
Yeah, the Jurassic Express are going to get into a tag team match with the Young Bucks first.
Probably. Oh, yeah. Oh, for sure. For absolute certain.
And they've had some bangers. Don't get me wrong. They've had some bangers over the years.
And where did they go from there? I thought the Young Bucks are supposed to be on the road to becoming tag team champions again.
Well, that's what I thought was going to happen. They clearly went in another direction, but I still do think that's the direction.
Bro, I feel like they really, really should have put the damn titles on the Young Bucks at the pay-per-view. And then they could have went right into the Jurassic Express.
Well, that would have made sense, bro. And then you know what would have happened if that was the case? Then the Brodito match with Gates of Agony wouldn't have looked so bad tonight.
You
know?
Sometimes, I mean, I feel like sometimes they try too hard to be edgy. And, I mean, sometimes predictable is good. And just putting the titles back on the Bucks would have been a good predictable at that point. You know, but let's see where they're going with this shit. I mean, what are we getting? FTR again? I mean, this.
If the Bucks won the championships at the pay-per-view on Saturday, Brodito would not have the championships walking into tonight. The Gates of Agony could have beaten Brodito, and their momentum could have been spared. See how quickly that changes? The dynamic of the Gates of Agony and Ricochet? What do I know, though?
Yeah, this fucking sucks.
What do I know? Now we got Jurassic Express and the Young Bucks fighting over what exactly?
Nothing. Money?
Why is Jack Perry even coming back to attack the Bucks? Hopefully we get an explanation. We never got an explanation as to why the Young Bucks were teaming with the Death Riders, so don't hold your breath on an explanation with the Elite in regards to anything.
Yeah.
Powerhouse Hobbs, man. We got Powerhouse Hobbs. Where is it?
Powerhouse Hobbs
Against Claudio. Bro, this match went 15 minutes, bro. Did this need to go as long as it did?
You know what I would have loved to see? Eddie Kingston versus Claudio.
Yeah. Eddie Kingston and the Death Riders, being that Gabe Kidd put him out, and Gabe Kidd is an assassin for the Death Riders. Yeah, that makes complete sense.
Gabe Kidd still work here?
No, Gabe Kidd is back in Japan apparently.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, they brought him in for a couple of shows and then goodbye.
Well, that's good
because Darby dragged him away in the body bag. Remember?
Oh, he killed him.
Yeah,
bro. People get put in body bags every week.
Yeah.
Why might I think that Gabe Kidd is gone from his body bag experience?
I don't know.
I just saw Darby Allin launched off of a fucking catapult or something in a body bag on social media.
I don't know. This match was just another random match thrown together because they have no fucking idea what they're doing. So we'll pick it up here with Claudio pointing at Danielson as he went for the neutralizer on Powerhouse Hobbs because, you know, they retired Bryan Danielson, so they got to throw it in his face. So yeah, Hobbs, they should, yeah. Hobbs escaped into a snap power slam. So we got big meaty lariats in the corner from Will Hobbs. Hobbs once again went back to the body slams. Claudio fought off. Hobbs absorbs some of these lariats, and he takes Claudio down with one of his own. All of a sudden, we get Pac. He shows up, Jesse, and Pac looks a little different nowadays, bro. Do you see what he's wearing now?
Street clothes.
He's wearing street clothes, bro.
Weeks in a row, bro. I have Never seen this man in street clothes in my life until the pay-per-view. And now we get it twice. This is amazing shit. Amazing shit. I didn't think he owned street clothes. I could have swore that man walked through the airport in his gear.
So Pac is out there. He appeared on the apron. Hobbs got a hold of him, allowing Claudio to get an uppercut, and Claudio pins Will Hobbs with an inside cradle for a 1-2-3. Post-match, Samoa Joe ran out. Pac ran away, obviously. Anybody would run away from Samoa Joe. Hobbs recovered in the ring and sent Claudio crashing outside. Joe starts stalking him, and then Wheeler Yuta and the charisma vacuum himself, Daniel Garcia, walks out there. Pac returns when the rest of the guys got out there, and it's 4-on-2 now until Hangman's music hit. He power walked to the ring. He low-bridged Claudio, sent Garcia over the top of the clothesline, and Page ends up standing tall with Joe and Hobbs, and the Death Riders retreat. So next week is going to be Page and the Ops, Joe and Hobbs, against the Death Riders, Claudio, Moxley, and Yuta.
Should have been the first time we saw Hangman tonight.
Absolutely. I agree. Instead, we got an 8-minute match with Lee Moriarty that did nothing for anybody.
Yep.
Tony Khan announced the Women's Tag Team Championships are now official. I'm assuming we'll get some tournament that is completed before possibly Wrestle Dream. We don't know the teams and how many teams will be in this tournament, but the Women's Tag Team Championships are basically the same as the Men's Tag Team Championships, just miniature versions.
I have no idea what those men's titles even look like. I'm not going to lie. Outside of the world title and the TBS title, I probably couldn't identify any of these fucking titles. And don't get me wrong, man. They are all pretty good looking. They're all gorgeous, but a lot of them don't really stick out. For my life depended on it, I couldn't pick out an Okada title. I have no idea what those things even are supposed to look like.
Bro, the title that Okada's carrying around is one of the more useless titles in the entire industry, bro. Never mind AEW.
I don't fucking get it.
These tag team championships, if you guys want our thoughts on them, just go back to the beginning of the stream. We said everything that needs to be said. We don't need to repeat it. It's a waste of time. They only did it for one reason and one reason only, and that's because they buried the fucking division through most of the year to spotlight Mercedes and Tony Storm. And now they're scrambling to make everybody else feel relevant again. It's basically what it's come down to.
They should just put a big square bin right inside of Gorilla. And every time a match happens, when the wrestler goes out, just reach in the bin and grab a title and walk out and carry it like you're a champ. I mean, that's how meaningless they are. Everybody gets a title. Before you go out, reach in the bin and grab one. I don't fucking care. It doesn't matter which one. Just grab a title and walk out to the ring.
Now, Tony says he's had these championships on reserve for many, many, many months already. You would think that if he had them already on reserve, he would have come up with a better design for them. They look like the men's tag team titles. You couldn't come up with something to differentiate them from the men? I don't understand it, but that's what they did. Statlander and Mina in the main event. This is for the AEW Women's Championship. Mina is the Ring of Honor Women's TV Champion, which I don't know what that means, and probably means nothing. But, bro, this was a weird main event, man. Stat took all of Mina's offense here. Like, legitimately, it was an 80-20. Mina, 80%, and Chris Statlander, 20%, man. Stat took a lot of offense here. Did you see that?
Yeah, I did notice that. It's I don't know if it's just the dynamic of these two, or maybe they just didn't want to, I mean, it didn't have to be a squash. They could have had it a little bit more even. But I thought this was going to lead to Statlander turning heel. I thought this was going to lead into her taking a whole bunch of offense and the Death Riders coming in and interfering and helping her win, and then her official turn. I thought this was all going to make sense at the end, and it did not, and it kind of just left me just sitting here like. Also, why did the world champion defend his world championship tonight, and it came on the second match of the evening, and someone else main evented the show?
Bro, that's like Alberto Del Rio opening WrestleMania with the World Heavyweight Championship, bro.
At least he opened the show. At least he was the first thing we saw. We get the world championship as the second match of the night.
I don't know. Again, I stand corrected, man. We got a devaluing of the AEW World Championship tonight. I don't know what else to say. Really. Stat took a lot of offense here. This was very weird. Mina looked like a geek, and she lost with a seatbelt fucking flash pin that Wheeler Yuta usually uses. Stat's been using it. This is why Jesse thought that Statlander was joining the Death Riders, because she's been using Death Rider moves.
Yep.
So Statlander wins with the seatbelt pin again, and she got the flash pin on Mina. Post-match, Yuta returned and was hyped. Harley Cameron ran to the ring and hugged Statlander. So Claudio Pac and Danny Garcia surrounded the ring, and then Jon Moxley's music hits, and the death comes over Pittsburgh. Everybody goes silent. So he shows up with Marina. Yuta kept applauding Statlander, who had Harley Cameron stay behind her. Moxley gets in the ring. Yuta hugs Stat, and she actually reciprocated the hug. So Yuta raised her hand. Cameron back to the corner. Statlander waffled Yuta with a clothesline. Statlander ducked Marina, who charged in, and she went up to Moxley's face and gave him a double bird, flipped him off. She quickly bailed out of the ring, jumped the barricade, and grabbed Harley with her, and they both ran out of the arena. Now, Marina tried to chase, and she stopped right at the barricade. All of a sudden, at this point, Darby Allin comes out, and he hits the stage wielding a flamethrower. So Moxley showed no fear at this point, and he started walking at Darby Allin, who was pointing the flamethrower at him, and he got a little bit too close and backed Moxley off. So Moxley stumbled over the ring steps and retreated in the crowd. Darby took the microphone and told Moxley that he's never going to quit, and challenges Moxley to an I Quit match at WrestleDream. Moxley was left contemplating the challenge, and I'm assuming the match is going to be made official. So that's the match for WrestleDream. I Quit, Moxley, Darby, and we're told next week that Allin and Statlander face Yuta and Marina Shafir in a mixed tag team match.
Oh, I thought they made the Moxley and Darby match official like instantly. I thought they put the graphic up right away.
Oh, did they? I didn't see the graphic.
I think so. Don't
I might have shut the TV off before the graphic hit.
I think they put that up right away. Like, it's already official, you know, and they got to announce it, right? And yeah, I think they made that official already.
So that was that was the end of Dynamite.
And Shibata's hurt, right?
Yeah, Shibata is hurt, yeah.
All right, so that's why they're getting Hangman in the trios match then.
Yeah, so Dynamite next week looks like this: Fletcher versus Hologram, title versus Streak for the TNT Championship. Jurassic Express returns. Darby Allin and Chris Statlander versus Wheeler Yuta and Marina Shafir. And then what happened?
We pause just one quick second here. Hold on.
Yeah.
Title versus Streak. Hologram is like what, 35-0?
He's 34-0.
34-0.
Yeah.
Do you know that if Hologram does not win the title after going 34 straight wins in the company, if he takes his first L now, it's gonna easily just look like that those numbers are just inflated and they're all bullshit. Because why would he lose now? Why would he lose at 35?
Why would he lose at 35? Why wouldn't he?
Because he's won 34 straight matches. Why would he lose now?
Because he has to wrestle Kyle Fletcher.
So everything else that everyone else before him was absolute bullshit, apparently.
I guess so.
It's gonna look like they just made up some Goldberg type fucking streak numbers. I mean, I would expect him to go 35-0 and win the title. If he don't, then that means that 34 wins were all garbage.
First of all, they flubbed the streak here. He's not really undefeated. I believe he lost a triple threat match at a pay-per-view or something like that where he didn't get pinned. So,
yeah,
I mean, they want to count his tag team victories as a part of the streak, but they won't count his loss in a triple threat match, which clearly gives him a loss.
See what they did there.
Yeah. I don't know. I forgot what show it took place on. Excuse me for not knowing the history of Hologram. But I won't be surprised if we see evil Hologram next week, which causes him to lose, so he has an excuse, so we could build Hologram versus Hologram at WrestleDream.
Right, you gotta protect the hologram, man. How long was the Undertaker
I
protected?
swear to God, I'm not booking Dynamite. If I was, it wouldn't show up and be this terrible. I promise you. Darby Allin, Statlander, Wheeler Yuta, Maria Shafir, and then Jon Moxley, Claudio, and Danny Garcia against Adam Page, Samoa Joe, and Powerhouse Hobbs. We got a lot of Death Riders next week. Again, doesn't really feel like a 6-year anniversary show, but I don't know what we're celebrating. It's the worst year ever. Collision looks like this. Eddie Kingston and Hook against Big Bill and Brian Keith.
The bad apple.
Max Caster and Anthony Bowens together against Lee Johnson and Vanilla Ice, the Swirl.
Hey, it's the Swirl.
He ain't as cool as Rob Van Winkle, bro. I'll tell you that right now.
Put some damn respect on the Swirl, all right?
And Kyle Fletcher versus Commander in a TNT title open challenge. Chat, Dynamite sucks. What I got to say about that? We're a show on television. Anyway, we're going to get into your super chats and then get the hell out of here because I want to hop on Destiny, man. And I want to enjoy the rest of my evening. Make sure you guys follow us on social media at JDfromNY206, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Cameo. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on the bell for notifications. Go follow Jesse on YouTube. Link is down below. Make sure you go follow him on YouTube because Jesse's doing something very cool on Friday. You want to tell them again?
Yes, sir. There's already a good 50 of you that have subbed since this stream. I have been watching.
Oh, boy.
And I thank you. Yes, 50 new subs since this stream started. I've been sitting there watching the ticker. I will be covering TNA Victory Road on Friday. I will be doing a live watch along where I will be streaming the pay-per-view. Full stream, full audio, full HD on my channel for free. The pay-per-view is not free. If you go to buy it, you have to pay, I think it's $30 or whatever it is. If you join my stream, you get to watch it for free. Guys, it's a pro wrestling pay-per-view. I feel like TNA is going to put their best foot forward to try to get some lapsed fans, bring in some new fans, and they're probably trying to capitalize on this partnership with NXT. So I'm pretty sure we got some WWE talent showing up at the pay-per-view as well. Plus, it'll support your boy. Subscribe to the channel and come hang out with me this Friday evening, please.
There you go. I will be retweeting that on Friday. So make sure you guys go over there and support.
Awesome. Thank you.
Make sure you guys get those super chats in. Thumbs up. We are less than 150 away from 1,000 likes. Can we get to 1,000? We had 2,500 people in here for this show. We had 2,500 people. Wow. So make sure you guys go and do that, please. And go check out all the great content on the channel. There is more content coming tomorrow. I believe I have an opinion piece coming on the Gail Kim Kenny Omega topic that apparently was a hot topic today in the community. So we'll discuss that tomorrow. I'm sure you guys are interested in that. So please,
interesting subject, man.
Yeah, so make sure you guys go do that. Subscribe and go check out the rest of the content. Let's get into these super chats. We have Michael Krause with the 2. Going to need some prayers today. My friend passed. Well, I'm sorry to hear that, Michael. You're here every single night, brother. So my thoughts and prayers are definitely with you. And chat, let's get some prayer emojis and some love going for Michael Krause.
Absolutely.
Tone C with a $2 super chat. It leaves me prayer emojis. Thank you, brother. We got a $1.99 from Just Call Me Palindrome. Get JD's bottle warmed up. He's already crying. Laughing emoji. Bro, first of all, nobody uses the palindrome. Fatebringer for life. The palindrome sucks, okay? Fuck out of here.
Is that a PvP gun?
It is a PvP gun, yeah. Ali with a 2. JD, I have a feeling Willow will join FTR. No, Willow's not going here, Ali. That would be fucking creative malpractice.
No.
Johnny Boy Vaccaro with a $15 super chat. Orange Cassidy would have an interesting gimmick If he had an Al Bundy pose against his opponents, one hand down his pants. No, there will only be, and forever will be, only one Al Bundy, bro. Do not disrespect Al Bundy, please.
I have a No Ma'am t-shirt.
There you go. Adam Page is Adam Hangman.
Yeah, that would fit there. Yeah.
There you go. Johnny Boy also says put the TNT title on hologram and send Fletcher to Ring of Honor. Really? You want the TNT title on hologram, bro?
He's trolling.
Jesse deserves an IWC Medal of Honor for saving OTS from watching Collision, so we don't have to. Thank you, Jesse.
I try.
Time Lost Fate Bringer for life, bro. I have the Time Lost one. I don't have the crafted one because I don't need it. The Time Lost was more satisfying to get, honestly.
Yeah, but don't you get enhanced perks on the crafted
I don't care, man. I got like 30,000 kills with my Fate Bringer, man. I'm good to go.
You might have more if you had a goddamn crafted. So.
Michelle with a 2. The Ops get help, but Darby doesn't. Shitty booking. Yeah, nobody wants to help Darby, bro. Nobody gives a fuck.
Darby. He got a fucking flamethrower. Fuck Darby.
What else do we got here? We got... who do we got here? Let's see. Oh boy, there's more than I thought here. Hold on.
So you know what I did on my stream tonight?
What?
I had a segment where callers or viewers can call into the show and video chat.
Well, you're a brave soul for that happening, bro. Holy shit.
Well, I mean, that's the trust I have in the community. I mean, plus the awesome part is you don't have to give up your personal information because you can just connect through Twitter DMs, do a video call or an audio call live on stream.
That's pretty cool.
That is pretty awesome. I mean, you don't have to give anybody your personal info. Just go to the Twitter DMs and hit video call and boom, right there on the screen, brother.
Nick Williams with 40 months. Tony Khan is keeping Britt Baker hostage, and you can't tell him otherwise. If you're not going to use her, just let her go so she can wrestle somewhere else. Maybe she's content by sitting home and collecting a paycheck. I'm sure she's having a grand old time watching the Steelers live from her living room when she doesn't have to work. She's in good health.
Also, let me cut you off. But when at the end, when the super chats are done, I have a list of new subscribers that StreamYard has laid out for me. I'll read the list of new subscribers that subscribed during this stream. So if you still have not, go subscribe to my channel.
Jay Barker with a 5. Cherry Jubilee after a Wednesday show like that gave me depression. Sounds sick. Then chase it down with a Wawa cookie and cream milk. Bro, I can't eat anything from Wawa anymore, bro. Maybe one of their sandwiches, but I don't even think it's real meat. Like, I can't even drink their coffee anymore, man. Now that I know what their coffee is shit. And their cream is shit. It's all fucking high fructose and fucking oils. Now, you don't want to put that shit in your body, man. I was addicted to Wawa when I lived in Ventnor during the pandemic. It's awful. Thank God I make my own coffee at home now. Best in the world, Matt, with a $5 super chat. Who are they going to put with Mercedes for the women's tag team titles? The Renegade Twins will probably form a faction with Mercedes. They'll win the titles, and then she'll carry the titles around for them.
She posted on Twitter about them.
Did she?
The titles.
Of course she did.
The eyeballs like popping out looking at the titles.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she's got her ring boys to carry around her titles.
Are those like Dalton Castle's boys?
I don't know. No, those guys are blacklisted from AEW. They're on the same. They're on the same list that we are, bro.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, along with Kevin Kelly.
I thought they were on ROH.
No, they were supposed to wrestle. I believe there was a thing about them. They were supposed to wrestle because they're a tag team. They were supposed to wrestle the Outrunners on an independent show, and Tony pulled the Outrunners so that they didn't have a match. They had to go scramble to go find opponents for them.
Oh, I could have sworn that Dalton Castle was on ROH currently.
Yeah, he's got some new boys.
Oh, different boys.
Yes.
Okay, I didn't know they had individual fucking.
Do you think I watch Ring of Honor, bro?
I know more than I do. I don't know.
Tone C with a 2, drinking Hennessy and lemonade. That sounds good.
Ooh, it is.
I just bought some strawberry rhubarb gin.
Ooh, I'm not a gin guy.
I love gin, bro. Gin's good. Mason the Legend with a 499. Why does AEW only do 50-second clips of their show? I haven't watched in a while, but how can I watch if they don't even show everything? Well, what are you talking about, bro? On YouTube or on Twitter? Why do you want... Like, a company should want you to watch the show.
Yeah, watch the show. They want you to watch the show, not the clips.
Ladybug with a $1 super chat and no message. Thank you, Ladybug. Man of 1,005 holds with 46 months. Yay, more titles, LOL. Tony always has a blunder after pay-per-views. I'm thinking TK has 10% of control while the wrestlers have 90. Yes, I am within good reason to think that after what I've been told, the talents, some of the major talent actually book their own shit, and Tony just approves it. It is what it is. Ollie Williams with a 199. Britt fixing Wardlow's teeth in Guantanamo Bay right now. Probably. You know, Guantanamo Bay needs a good dentist. The Kingdom Kid. I'm sorry, Jesse, what?
No, go ahead.
The Kingdom Kid with a 499. Didn't TK change the rules of the casino contract to give a week's notice so they could advertise it, yet they just had an unadvertised title match? Yes. Yes, they did. Oh man, don't tell the boss, man. We can't criticize the company. Anakin, Women, and the Children 2 Skywalker with a $5 super chat. Women's tag team titles, eh? Meaningless, besides Brits, the women's Guantanamo Bay champion. That alone is worth more than the women's tag team titles. Yeah. Yes, I agree. Britt would have actually popped the crowd tonight.
Big time.
Revol with a 2. WWE has had the women's tag team titles for almost 8 years. Really? It's been that long. And every single year, they fucking failed them more and more. To a point right now where Alexa and Charlotte don't have any fucking teams to defend them against. But you want me to sit here and believe AEW is going to radically change women's tag team wrestling? Jay Barker with a $10 super chat. What are they going to do with the AEW women's tag team titles? Nothing. Collision. Put them on the Vendetta with Deonna Purrazzo and Taya Valkyrie, who are stuck in St. Augustine, Florida, in a Buc-ee's or Bucksies and Bass Pro Shops. Does Taya and Johnny Mundo shop at Bass Pro, bro? I didn't know that. We love Deonna.
I wish she was on TV.
Maybe this is how they get them TV time. But when they get TV time, Jesse, who's going to give a fuck about them when they've been off TV all year?
Yep, nobody.
The Chop Sports and Gaming with a 5. 13 women in WWE have won world titles since Triple H took over, and only 6 men if you exclude Punk and McIntyre. WWE only plays safe with the men's side. Well, I think Triple H has a vast appreciation for not hot potatoing the world championship. That's why. The women is a little bit more active, honestly. The women have been the backbone of WWE television. The women have put on better matches than the men this year. Quite honestly. Major with a 199. Bleed green, go Birds. All right, you're talking to a Vikings fan over there, but I don't care either way. Matt Fisher with a $5 super chat. Yesterday, a cop knocked on my door. They said they were looking for a man with just one eye. I told them it would be more effective to use both eyes.
And you sure that wasn't Sidro?
That was not Sidro.
Oh, okay.
That was Matt Fisher.
You say so. What, his burner account?
I guess. Thank you, Matt. BT23 with a 5. Why can't you bring back Hook to replace Shibata just like Hobbs replaced Hook when he got hurt, and do the match at some point versus the Demand.
Nah.
You know, guys, you're asking the right questions, and I just don't have the answer for these questions because they are just riddled with common sense. That is a very good point, Jesse.
It is. It would actually make sense, especially since they left the door open with the last time Hook spoke on this topic, you know?
BT, that is a very good question, bro. Hellfire Kai with a 10. Happy Red Skies. I just lost my OG Uncle T from a heart aneurysm last Monday. He was in high spirits at the restaurant for my grandma's birthday last Sunday. He recently had a motorcycle accident. Hellfire, I'm very sorry to hear that.
No, I'm very sorry to hear.
My thoughts and prayers with you. Let me get some prayer emojis in the chat for Hellfire Kai here. Richie V with a $4.99. I think the Great Graps fan base are the most annoying group of pro wrestling fans. They'll bypass logic or lazy booking if the match sounds good. They all share a single brain cell between all 500,000 of them, bro. I am not surprised. Omega Kong with 43 months. 5 months until I get the Mustang emote. It's been a crappy month in wrestling, in real life. It was all good a year and a half ago. But OTS is here. Thank you. Thank you for being here, Omega Kong. That Mustang emote's going to look very good next to your name. Lenin Jimenez with a $50 in Mexican pesos. But JD, you don't want to fight a champion, JD? No. Everybody's a fighting fucking champion. Plus, Lee Moriarty is from Pittsburgh, and he's the Ring of Honor Pure Champion. JD from NY 602? Did Jesse disappear? I think Jesse disappeared. Where did Jesse go? Hopefully he will be back. He's got subscribers to read. Jay Barker with a $5 super chat. When will the Gail Kim attacking Riho be included in your OTS Extra tomorrow? Or Masha Slamovich situation? Will that be included? I will not be talking about the Masha Slamovich situation. I don't really have any real information on that outside of a couple of texts that we saw leaked yesterday and today. But there he is. Let's add him back here and put him full screen. I don't know what happened, bro.
StreamYard just booted me out, man.
I don't know. It wasn't me. But he's back. I will be including some of Gail Kim's tweets with Omega and Masha Slamovich. I will not be talking about that, Jay. I mean, it's too personal of a situation. All I could tell you is I fucking loathe spousal abuse or abuse of that nature because I grew up with it with my parents. I can only hope that Masha gets some help. And she gets the right amount of help, and I wish nothing but the best for her partner, her ex-partner, and I hope that he begins healing because that's just an awful situation to be in.
Yeah, more info has come out on that during their streams.
Yeah, I don't know much of it. All I know is what I read yesterday. I didn't really follow up on it. And then Matt Fisher says with a $1.99, can I get a whoa Bundy? There you go. That's it. All right, man. You got some names you want to read off? That you're gonna read off all 50 fucking names?
Well, here's the thing, chat. I'm just reading off what Stream Elements gave me, and I know it's not updating all of them because I see a few more have subscribed, but the list is only showing what I have right here. So I'm gonna read through them really, really quick. It's Jess West, Clip, Daniels DJ, Welcome to Nature's Squat, Ryan Dempsey, Christopher Skitlander. What the fuck is it? It's a pretty awesome name. And then we have The King, and then we have Meezy Boulevard, then we have M. Amalayu, Steve. It's The Match. We have Roger Ortiz. We have The Caster. We have Color Me Yellow. We have Huffman, Elite Training. And we have Tim Cobb. I'm sorry. I know there's more of you. I'm sorry, but I swear I'm only reading what Stream Elements is showing me on my screen right now. For the rest of you, I want to thank you as well. So thank you guys so much.
There you go. Make sure you tune into Jesse on Friday, right before Victory Road goes live at 8 p.m. Eastern on his YouTube channel. He'll be streaming the events with him watching the show and interacting with you guys. So it's going to be great. I will be live. Lenin Jimenez with a 20 Mexican pesos. He says, hope Jesse buys better equipment for Friday's TNA show. What are you talking about? He's got a $500 mic in front of him.
See, they think it's my fucking fault. StreamYards kicked me out. I don't know why.
Oh, my God, man.
And then they had like a screen. They want me to upgrade my StreamYard account. They tried to upsell me when they kicked me out.
It's not Jesse, it's StreamYard. Guys, you can find me tomorrow on TNT with the Salamonster. We'll be live tomorrow night to make up for Tuesday's non-show. We were busy. I was sick. He was busy. And we'll be back on Thursday, tomorrow night, 8:30 p.m. We'll talk about All Out. We'll talk about WrestlePalooza. We'll talk about a variety of topics. It's going to be a great hangout. Thursday, tomorrow night, 8:30. Make sure you guys go check out all the content on the channel. There's plenty of it. Hit that thumbs up. Leave me a comment down below. And please hit that subscribe button as well and turn on all notifications. I will see you guys tomorrow right back here on Thursday Night Titans this week. We'll go back to normal the following week, but we'll join you tomorrow for a great episode of TNT. Until then, guys, have a good night. I'll see you later.